Wrestlingus Show. Here we back, boy. Wrestlingus Show. Fuck those we annoy. Wrestlingus Show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus Show. On the air every week.
It's the Wrestlingus Show. We've been chatting it up on the Godfather Plus tier over on patreon.com/Lingus Mafia for already 10 minutes shooting the shit about multiple and a lot of things before we always get into our show. You can check out all our nonsense at Lingus Mafia on Twitter. You can see all the ways to get in contact with us. Pretty much go to any social media and type in Lingus Mafia, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, yada yada. You will find us. I'm Cab Manning. I'm with Fausty Walnuts.
Hey there, and if you want to send us an email, if you got any wrestling comments or questions, whatever, you can send that to us too.
Or just say this is the greatest fucking wrestling show.
Yeah, or if you
it
just
really
want to
is.
put us over.
Faust,
Lingus Mafia.
It is.
@gmail.com.
I don't even say it just because we're doing it's by far and away. It is not the same nonsense that you hear with the every fucking move and fucking what happened. This is not a proper... This is how it should be.
Match.
This is what should go on. I would do this if I was booked. Fuck you. This is a show where I will just punch them in the face and we move on to different things, Faust. So
It's pretty much us just talking about how we would before about wrestling. Just like
we
here's
talked
what
on the
sucks,
phone like
it's
this.
cool, but we're not going to super analyze it.
No, there is none other than, what the fuck are you doing? That's about as much analyst work as we're doing. Faust, I'm a broadcast journalist. So we'll get into, this is just Dynamite because we did our bonus show this week. We did it on Monday, and that was your Rampage plus pay-per-view for your bonus show, and this is your other AEW show. And, of course, day before we did the WWE show, which, you know what, we only posted on Patreon. So the people on Patreon are the only ones that heard that magical mystery tour. And me
shat on Raw.
Yes. And me doing my Vince impressions worth putting on glasses. Faust,
man.
I've decided what I need to do next for AEW. Why should there only be a Vince impression and glasses? I need to get a small afro wig.
Yeah, tight afro wig.
And I need to go like this, Faust. Just when it's time for con, I put it on and I go like this.
Yeah, bug eye. And
I do the nodding like we see on the fucking on Twitter all day.
When he's just listening.
He's excited and nodding. Yes, that's what. See, that's why you need Godfather Plus, just to see bullshit. Sign up for 1 month and see if it's worth what we say it is, because I promise you, Faust. I promise you. So let's get into this. Jericho's ashamed. This is the fallout from pay-per-view, Faust. This is what we wait for. Jericho says, I'm ashamed of myself. I didn't shake any hands out here. And go, I was upset. I said, this makes sense because, like, Billy doesn't want to do the NFL show after the Packers choke. Right. He upset. And then later on, he goes, okay, I could talk about it now.
That's the heat of the moment.
Yes.
Calm down. You think about it, yeah.
Because you've almost gotten in fights with friends at times from sports shit where you hear it too much and you like,
fuck off.
Yeah, you really almost punch someone in the face. You go, I'm close to punching someone in the face because, and it gets that way with me with the Bears, Faust, where for the most part, I don't care until it's a certain team. Then I care very much. Anyone else, I go,
from the state of Wisconsin.
Fuck, motherfuckers. So
you morons.
That's over there. That team. So yes, and so you get angry and things wear off. So he was kind of doing this with the Eddie thing because Eddie tried to shake his hand. He rolled out the ring. So he goes, please come to the ring, Eddie. I need to explain. So Eddie comes to the ring, and I said, this is the deep cut show, Faust, because this happens multiple times, this show. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to say, this is going to get deep here. And I had people, Eddie saying this, I had people come up to him at the Comic-Con shows and say they didn't off themselves because of him. And he said, I went back to my hotel room, and I ain't afraid to say I ain't ashamed. I cried, and I want to make them proud. Not me, not you, but I hope I made them proud. The crowd.
Right.
And then...
Because right before that, he said, I thought about not even showing up for the match because I know I can't win the big one. And I was doubting myself, but then I met the fans.
So, before this, as he starts, what? Faust, they start in with the what chant. Fantastic address to it. Listen, show some fucking respect, he says. And he goes, enough with the what chants. He goes, Steve Austin's not here tonight. You could cut with that, bro. You could cut with that. I'm like, my man, bro, you could stop with that shit. And the whole crowd cheers, and it never happens again. And I'm like, because Eddie's fucking good. Eddie is so fucking good. And I go, obviously he listens to the show, Faust. Because he says, I fought this guy. I lost to every one of them. I can't win a big match. And I said this. I go, every rivalry he fucking loses, he needs to win that one.
Every pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah, every one. So he says, the question about Jericho is, why couldn't you shake hand? Something in your heart. This is you got to look into yourself. And Jericho said, I'm wrong. I will shake your hand. And they shake hands. Okay. 2.0 music comes out here. And now it's, let's all get around. And Faust, I'm looking at it with a fucking squint eye. I'll tell you that. Mm-hmm. Do you look at it with a squint eye this whole time? Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at it squinted. And 2.0 comes in. And Jericho still said he had a bad neck from that suplex. So I laugh because I go, this is horrific. When I see it happen, I go,
yes,
this is
because
terrible.
They don't even punch Jericho.
They pull him down.
Push him,
and he goes, my head, neck.
And then he just kind of lays there and looks.
And they just knee him.
Holds him down.
They don't hit him.
Very ginger.
Which is very, in the long run now, looking at it, you go, okay, because when people turn into tag match, you go, but you were wrestling the other guy and hitting each other. And so at least when they do the hitting, I would like them to explain the next time they finally do interviews is go, I had to take one for the team and we agreed, listen, we gotta, if we're gonna make this look real, we have to beat the shit out of each other.
But
at least say that. They never do.
There wasn't a punch.
No. So they held him down. He's, my neck hurts. And they come in with a, there's baseball bat and shit like that. And Santana Ortiz now come in, and they grab this one of the 2.0 guys, right? They grab Garcia. Garcia, fucking Faust, I'm larger than Garcia by 2 probably, I think. I'm like, 2 of his arms is 1 of mine. I believe this is the case here. So, but 2 of his bellies is 1 of mine too. So they come out, and Santana holds him, and Jericho gets a bat. And he's going to fucking, and you go like this. Right. That a pink Cadillac coming up 5th Avenue? Because I can see it. And he hits Santana and Ortiz with the worst bat shots you will ever see in your entire life. Yeah. This is as bad as Punk using the metal chain.
The chain.
Yeah, 100%. So he's doing this, and then Hager runs to the ring. This was good. This was good. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I can't believe this. And he turned his head, and it looked like Jericho's about to fucking, like, when you see Hager turn the opposite way, you go, he's getting clocked by Jericho now. Mm-hmm. And he turns around and then joins in. I say, you motherfucker, you. You motherfucker, you. And I'm like, 2.0 needs them. They don't need 2.0 needed this hot beef injection badly.
Right.
Badly, because who are they?
You mean, what was Jericho just calling him a little while back? Squarehead and Pinhead?
You know what? I didn't even think about that he was fucking against them. Yeah, Fathead or something.
They took him out, right?
Yes.
They were the ones that took him out where he was off TV for a couple weeks.
Holy shit, I didn't even fucking remember that they were a problem with him. And then they all, instead of the shield, they do the middle finger to everyone. Shield style.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's what the Inner Circle was doing.
Were they flipping everyone off the Inner Circle?
Yeah, that was.
I didn't even know. See, I kind of came in at the dead tail end of that Inner Circle bullshit.
Did you see how Hager almost dropped Eddie, though? When he went to do the.
Oh, my God, the power bomb.
Off the apron, I was like, whoa.
He had to lean back far because Eddie can't do a sit-up.
You see, like, Jericho and one of the other guys grab him.
Easy. And then the power bomb still almost over-rotated him.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, okay. So they say, Jericho goes, this is the Jericho Appreciation Society, and they flip off.
Terrible name.
This can't be the name of the fucking group.
It is, because even, was it JR? I think made a comment like, well, that's probably going to be a shirt soon. They're already selling that shirt.
Really?
Jericho Appreciation Society. So basically Jericho traded Guevara,
Yeah.
Santana, Ortiz for 2.0 and Garcia. That's not really a fair trade.
No, it looked like the Mac trade a little bit from Brandon. So I'm like, okay, this is what and now I go, I'm shocked that they really would not trade. See, now you got me fucked up. That they really would flip Jericho because he is so hot with the crowd with this stupid fucking song. Why would you do that?
Even when he was a bad guy before, he was kind of soaking it in.
So I was going to say, so this fucking singing's going to continue on?
It's probably, unfortunately.
Don't do it to me, Foss.
And, and then, and Jericho says, and that's entertainment.
I guess that's the sports entertainment thing that they're fucking winking
He should
at.
have figured out 3 different words to name his group where it'd be GFY as the initials.
That's a good. See, how are you, Foss? Fuck this. I know this show gets you too much money. You would never leave and so forth. So now this is odd. A world title shot. Second match up. Not even second match. Second tear.
Can I comment on something that they showed right before this?
Please do.
It was highlights of the MJF and Punk match.
Oh, I do have that on there too. Okay, I scrolled up too much.
My only comment on that is like, wow, look at all this blood, and the replay's not in black and white.
Imagine that. How about look at all this blood?
Yeah.
How about that?
A lot of blood.
Yeah, we don't get that at all unless it's an accident. At all. I wonder if they even have it in the fucking new video game, Faust. And by the way, who would pay $119 to get this game 3 days ahead of time? The NWO package. All right, well, let's finish this show so I can go play soon, Faust.
119, really?
119. Fuck. Fuck.
So yeah, we got a title match.
A title match out of nowhere after this, after defending his title.
So this was the first match of the show, but like second segment, right?
It was the second part of the second. It was the first match.
I mean, don't you remember? Was it a couple weeks ago? Roman Reigns defended the title against Angel Garza, like in the middle of SmackDown. You don't remember that?
I don't happen to remember that. Angel Garza. It's when you're putting Dante in the Angel Garza territory. They both can flip around. So, who is Hangman wrestling against, Faust?
I am Dante.
I am Dante.
I had to. I ran to my board. I go, I got to get this done. I am Dante.
I am Dante.
Versus Hangman Adam Page. After the match, Hangman calls in Dante to congratulate him. Oh, you're good. You're good. I thought he called him boy, and I go, that's not right. A cowboy would say. I mean, a little too close.
Maybe, but
yeah.
You know what I'm starting to notice of Excalibur? There's certain moves. I think it's like when good guys hit their finishers or a big move. He screams the name of the move, but he almost kind of sings it. Like when he hit the buckshot lariat, he goes, buckshot lariat.
He does do that, yeah.
Or like, cutter.
I think that's got to come from Super Kick Party. It's the same fucking thing.
That's probably what it is.
Okay, Cole then shows up and says, you got lucky last week. I challenge you. Faust, you got lucky you beat me. I challenge you to a 6-man. Motherfucker.
Not a rematch.
Why would Paige even give a fuck? Well, like, he should have done the spooky figure. Ooh, a 6-man. Fuck. I'm fucking scared of you. Shit. I go like this. I'll lay down in the ring and get pinned now. Who cares? Why would I even hurt myself?
This is, I'll pick 2. You get 2. And I thought for sure Hangman was going to pick Dante and his brother, but I'm stupid.
I am Dante.
I'll tell you where I thought this was going, but we will get there. Moxley and Bryan with manager William Regal. Versus,
you know what I just realized? Moxley does a sober version of the Sandman entrance. Because he comes through the crowd
with water in his
fucking water and he's chugging it.
Just slammed the plastic into his head. He's a weirdo, for one. Fucking, I'm going crazy. Make a face, fucking wiggling his. I'm like,
hey man,
fucking, it's okay.
He's unhinged and on the fringe.
I think he's in fucking got the DTs. Is what the fuck is going on in the ring. He's unhinged with the DTs. In Unhinged, on the Fringed, and has the DTs. No wonder he walks crazy all the time. You got the DTs. So he's going against. They're going against the Job Squad, Conrad Thompson and some other guy.
Yeah, this guy Conrad got on again.
Yeah, and they're called the Work Horsemen. I fucking laughed. I
laughed because during the match they announced that says, "Hey, because Paige and Martin didn't go 60 minutes, Tony Khan says we have time for Pac versus Wheeler Yuta."
I write down later in this that I do like that. I said this is the realism. You go, well, this was scheduled for this long. I made a gap in it. How would I have known otherwise? So we're adding a match.
The standby match.
I like it. I don't care.
Really thought,
it makes it realistic to me.
Just in case.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Just in case Dante can't go 60 minutes.
I am Dante.
Sign here. So like you said last week, we go, who's gonna beat them? It's gonna have to be complete bullshit to beat them. After then, Tony interviews Regal. Here we go with the deep interviews. Regal crying.
Yeah.
You did something for me. Fucking Tony must have given a good blowjob. And I'm like, what the fuck, did he carry him to rehab? And Regal's like, I'm going to be dead in a couple years. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're fine now. Now everything's catching up to you. I mean, stop it with this.
Brian's the perfect wrestler, and he's what I should have been, but you don't have my, what did he say? My
demons or something.
Yeah,
something along those lines. So, like fucking issues. I'm like, yeah, well, if you had Regal's height, maybe. But I mean, he's in way better shape than Regal ever fucking was.
We always heard when Brian was coming up, that was the reason, like, he wore like that maroon color.
Oh, really?
Gear was a tribute to Regal. Yeah,
that's odd, because who would say my favorite is Regal? Because when he would be on Saturday night, who's changing the channel? Everyone. You go, I want to see this. I love him now. I love him to death now because he has personality, and you see what the fuck he is. Before, it's like, who cares?
I had heard someone saying how, like, you know, they always talk about Brian, how Sean trained him.
Yeah.
And I heard, well, he did train with them, but it wasn't like a long time, and Regal did more
hands-on
afterwards to get him where
he's because I don't see Sean in him as much. I mean, Sean wasn't a fucking technician. You know, Sean could tell a fucking story. So if you put the storytelling with all that technical shit. So now the Dark Order is in the back, Faust. And Hangman comes in and says, I'm sorry I pushed you at the pay-per-view. And Dark Order starts in with, who are you going to pick next week?
Yeah, should we do us two? Maybe we'll mix it up. Maybe we do Anna.
Anna's in there. And he goes, I saw the Jungle Brothers in the back. And I was like, I should have looked at fucking Anna's face when I always try to look. I go, let me see. And he goes, sorry. And they go, that's fine. We were busy anyway or something. And I'm like, get away from them as quick as humanly fucking possible.
You should have said
kind of name for our group.
I'm not into you guys anymore.
Listen, I'm above you fucking losers, okay?
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, it's not you, it is me. Yeah, he doesn't. And for a group called the Dark Order, Faust, they should not be a comedy troupe. I mean, Danhausen is the scariest out of the fucking group, so he could be in that one.
He should be their leader.
He really should be. Fucking, follow me. I'm Danhausen. Dark Order Hausen over here. Yes. He's a little, what's he a mix between, Faust? I know part of the mix, but I don't know the other part. What's the voice that does this? What could that be a mix? Because it's a mix of that and the Genius. Is what it is.
Yeah, you're the Genius.
You see.
All proper.
Yes. You know Shawn Michaels. Yes. I laugh. He's talking to fucking Ryder Dog. I retired Shawn Michaels. You know Shawn Michaels. Right? Yes, I know. It really wasn't The Undertaker. I was the one who... And then he came back and did that. You know who The Undertaker is. Yes. Fuck. Faust, I need to be Danhausen for Halloween. I promise you, the Halloween show, Faust, we're both coming with Danhausen makeup. We're showing up on the show. Maybe we don't even mention it when we're on the show, too. Don't even fucking say nothing. Yes.
That's better than the other idea of doing blackface.
It's close. It's Danhausen face. We're gonna do Danhausen face. You know Danhausen. Okay, Yuta versus Pac. Here's that fill-in match. Rings of Saturn wins this one. This Yuta don't win any damn matches, and I'm like, I'm sad that my Danhausen's out there with this group. Get away from them. Go.
Alex
and
is
have
just
a
happy
match
because he gets to wear his Halloween costume out there again.
Have a match, for God's sake, out here. And I guess Cassidy got fucked up from that mist of a fucking catch.
Oh, yeah.
Landed on his shoulder, but he grabbed his head. That was always my favorite. Cole is in the back with the Bucks and Undisputed, and he says, I'm picking two of the greats, yada, yada, my best friends, and this and that.
Party animals.
And the Bucks say, we're sorry. We're not going to. And he goes,
we won't fight, Paige.
And he goes, I was talking about them, you fucking morons. Now, here is I thought he was doing the whole, I'm picking this and that, and then neither of them were getting, I thought it was one of those. However, this is where they should have went, Faust. And this is where I said we're different than other shows, and now I'm going to do what every other show does.
Yes, fantasy book.
Yes, we book. How about you pick one of the Bucks and you pick one of the Dragons? Now you're forced to get along, and it causes them problems, so they lose because of the fucking problems. Mm-hmm. You know Tony Khan. I book like Tony. You know Tony. I'm going to Bookhausen.
Bookhausen.
You know, I mean, I book like Vince McMahon. You know Vince McMahon.
You know.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. Faust, FTR interview in the back, and they go, "Hey, let's make you guys good guys. How can we do this? Let's think of a most creative possible way we could do this. So you guys lost. Now what? Well, I need to teach my beautiful little girl, if you want something to go after it, and for my family, we have to go on." And Tully goes, "We're here for championships." But isn't that just kind of what he said anyway? You're going for the championship still?
Well, they said they wanted to wrestle Red Dragon, so he's like, "What for?" I thought we were here for the title. Oh yeah, well, you're fired. What?
Hey, we're good guys. You're fired. All right. I don't know what Tully's gonna do now. I mean, they could have done so much more.
Not
with
doing
Tully.
anything. So.
No shit. Put them together to fucking. Maybe they meet each other and go, "Listen, we both don't have shit to do," and then Flair fucking could come in finally.
Oh,
you see, Faust. You know Flair. I book.
I've heard of him.
I'm Bookhausen. You've heard the term, of course, booking on the fly. All right. Okay. Now we go from one weird turn to another.
Oh, I know.
Matt Hardy started this on Twitter earlier, as Fausti would send to me, and goes, well, I guess he's turning because his brother's showing up, so why not start it on Twitter? Because who needs a storyline to build this up?
I think it was over the weekend, or maybe it was Monday. He posts on Twitter or Instagram, it's pictures of him and Jeff together, like they were already shooting promo pictures together.
Oh, man. K-Fizz. You know K5. So...
You know him.
You know who this K5 Hausen is.
Don't piss on him.
You know it's dead, but no need to piss. No need to piss. You know what pissing is, Fast. So Matt Hardy's with that group in the ring, and he has to explain, they go, it's almost now playing the role of because they just have to explain where they're now at a different part in the story where there was no buildup, so you have to just jump. And he goes, I just wanted to fucking say, you wanted me fired from a group that I created. And you're like, when did that ever fucking start? It never happened. And then he's like, you don't have your suit on? Yeah, because when I put on my suit, I tried to become an asshole.
Turn into an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the interpreter and fucking...
Yeah, see, you're an asshole.
Andrade, because they're wearing suits, yeah.
And he goes, all right, now we do thumbs up, thumbs down to get me out of here, because my guys... And I laugh because he says my kids, right? And you know what he avoids saying?
Boys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where
And
in
apparently-
real life, Faust, you could say my boys because you're not
Right.
fucking referring to racist terms.
Yes.
I call you my boys. What the fuck? So, okay.
And apparently Butcher and Blade didn't get a vote.
Apparently, I was like,
And Bunny
so
either.
how
I
is
don't know
this
where
even?
Bunny
I
was.
said, I was like, this isn't that even. There's two other guys. And then I was like, oh, they're going to split or something, you know? And then I'm like, oh, they don't get to. And
Maybe Bunny was distraught from not being added to Miss Lingus this year. That's why
probably. She
didn't
looked
show
in the
up to
mirror and
work.
said, she looked in the mirror and she went, why am I not in Miss Lingus? And then the mirror cracked. And it was obvious at that
Well,
point.
she was looking at her tits, but then she saw her face.
She looked up and saw the bags under her eyes and the mirrors cracked on her. So everyone, go. What?
Andrade, because they vote and then they're all doing Andrade and
they
Alex doing thumbs down. And
Batista time.
the boys have their thumbs down, but then when Matt turns his back, they flipped it.
Yeah, they
Andrade
had thumbs up and then they went thumbs down.
And Andrade goes, in this business, you always need
You couldn't
to
understand a lot of words he said
You need
too.
to wash your back.
There was a couple where I go, what?
I'm like, wash your back.
Yeah, and Matt repeated it, and I go, oh, I literally didn't understand. I'm pretty good at being able to decipher some of this shit. You know, from Asian to Mexican, I'm good at it. Probably living in California does that, Faust.
Yeah.
My father used to go, he would pull me aside in Chicago, he'd go, what'd they say? And I was like, you don't understand that? Because it was like an Asian place. And I go, probably because I worked in an Asian place for so long, I could get it, you know? I'm like, if you're not around those people, Faust, I guess that's the problem. But I've been around you for a long time. So now they all fucking jump Matt Hardy and start beating him up. And then Darby and Sting walk out with that music. The crowd is totally disappointed. They walk to the ring. Why? But however, Faust...
Because they said, we just wrestled Matt last night. Do we want to help him?
So why would they even bother to show up, to tell you the
Why would
truth?
they care?
You wouldn't care.
Unless they hate Andrade.
So much. The enemy of my friend of my enemy is my friend, whatever the fuck that is. So I laugh because they're walking, right? You go, but the crowd is dead because they were chanting for Jeff and they got this. And I go, okay. But them walking to the ring isn't as bad as what happens next. Because now Rhea Ripley shows up, Faust.
That's what I wrote. Jeff Ripley.
He comes fucking running out, but has to do his dance to the crowd first instead of helping.
Nero must gyrate.
Fucking.
He's like, hey, I'm back. Let me gyrate.
Oh, shit. Yeah, my brother's getting his face stomped on. He comes in and beats everybody up. Okay. And I always laugh when I see with Sting and Jeff together. Because you go,
yeah.
I go, I remember.
Because Darby's like starstruck or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And fucking Sting goes,
Sting's like,
listen, I know him.
Yeah,
Don't fucking.
it was 11 years ago, but I remember last time I was in the ring with him.
I remember what happened. Old Swerve in the back. Niche shows up, saying that we're going to have a match on Friday.
With who?
What are you talking about?
Who showed up to challenge him?
I said Niche showed up.
Oh,
No. I said Swerve in the back. Niche shows up and said we're having a match Friday. I'm like, what am I missing?
I'm like, remember Tony Nese when he was a big signee?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. And
I guess that's when they didn't let go of 50 people.
And he said,
like, shit, why did I
say AEW? Because he knew Tony Khan was going to make him a main eventer.
Oh, fuck. He got great abs, but okay. So now Wardlow's in the ring with another sob story.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this show, man. This is definitely like a...
Let's all cry. Fuck.
This is like a Raw after Mania because it was like so much... Like there was something going on.
There's
There was
switches
an
and all that
storyline
shit.
Every segment, yeah.
So the sob story when he was poor and this and that, and I go like this, look at him. He could actually speak. He did a great fucking job,
Till
I
the
thought.
end, he started stumbling, but yeah, for mostly he did good.
I always think of that stuff and I go, wow, fucking rolled right through, was very good with it, and was able to tell a story and not be awkward telling a story. He did fine. And I said, okay.
It probably helps when you're not reading trying to memorize a script.
Probably a fucking 100 times.
just
Imagine
have
that,
it-
Fuss. Blood and no script.
He says he's free. He's still under contract, but he's free. But he wants MJF to let him out of the contract.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, how did that?
And we can go our separate ways. I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen. Keith Lee and Sheamus Marshall's in the back. Why do I say this, Faust? You're going to find out why. In the back, Marshall talks to Keith Lee, says, I think you're great. This Limitless thing, you're fantastic. Fucking, I think of the Jacko with this fucking, Limitless. Fantastic, Joey Styles. Fantastic. Cat fight. I love it. So fantastic.
We both have a problem with Team Taz.
And, go out there and kill him. And he says, just so you know, me and the factory, we got your back. Lee says, I'm good, and leaves. QT Marshall.
He says, I have a very large back.
Yeah, that nonsense.
I'm good.
And QT goes, you'll pay for this, Lee. You'll pay. And I go, did Big E just drive off in a fucking ATV? You son of a bitch. You drove away from me, because that's all this is. It turns into it.
What do you mean?
I'm like, the fuck? He didn't even yell at the guy. He just goes, I'm good, and walked away. You son of a bitch. I'm like, I'm fucking angry because the guy didn't go, oh, please, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the same as the Sheamus thing. Didn't run over his, I thought at the Sheamus thing, I go, he ran over his foot, something. Right. And you go, you fucking dick. Nothing. I drove away. I left. You fucking.
Not even a peel out.
No. And he threw his hat down, too. You fucking bastard.
How dare you?
How dare you embarrass me like this? Never again will you. You know Sheamus.
You know Sheamus. Very pale. Very orange.
Acclaimed versus the Jungle Brothers, Faust. It's a good rap. Never seen boobs, all that hair on your head, but can't grow pubes. Fantastic, Joey Styles. Fantastic. I bet if Vince had Jungle Boy, he would have his hair cut off, he would have him grow sideburns, and he would make him a teen idol. I guarantee he would be like, I want you to have a pompadour hairdo. Fucking, I want you on the cover of Teen Beat. I want this, Tiger Beat.
So you want him to look like Dylan McKay.
100% he would be Dylan McKay out there with his jeans and everything.
Probably start cutting his promos all soft-spoken.
If I could find that Brenda to fuck her again. Everyone was fucking everybody on that show, all back and forth. All right, obviously the champions win, but it's a good match. It's decent enough. Pretty good match. Thank you. That's why you guys need the camera.
Brothers.
Rosa versus the Human Buoy. Who they don't ever mention now about Russia because she's wearing Russian colors. And what's funny, she should be against Russia because isn't she from an orphanage? And Russia just like bombed a fucking child's fucking ward and shit, right? If you think about this, if Thunder Rosa blew you, Faust, and she took it to the root, would half your bush be white?
It would.
It would. Faust, you gotta have him take it to the root. I mean, me and you, it's easy for them to take their root.
Yeah.
Greg, they might be in the other room.
Choked to death.
This match is as sloppy as Leyla Hirsch's body, Faust.
Oh, yeah. Especially like the last minute or two, it got real rough.
Everything is falling out. Her belly's out. Her asshole is out. Her ass is jiggling out. She doesn't wear nylons. Of all people, she doesn't wear shit for nylons. So that fucking booty's fucking out. She's a fucking bottom heavy motherfucker. You throw her in that ocean, she's fucking floating around. She put a little bell on her. Ding, 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 ding. In the nighttime. No way. Now I need Rob to have put a no wake sign on. No way. No, not legit Leyla Hirsch. No wake Leyla Hirsch. No wake Leyla Hirsch. Oh my God. Oh fuck. After this match, Red Velvet shows up.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Yes,
yeah.
Red Velvet shows up there to stop a cheating buoy, and grabs the fucking turnbuckle from her and all. Yeah, and then so they say Tony says, from the stage. He yells down now. He goes, why am I going to walk over to it with the
He's like, listen, I've been to the ring.
And they
3
just
or
take
4
the
times
microphone and I
already.
stand in the corner anyway, so why bother? He says next week it's a cage match with Rosa versus the dentist. And then, they have the dentist talk, and she goes, oh, that's fine. I'm not afraid of this. And all right, whatever. I still need to see that lights out match with them. I never saw it.
Yeah, apparently it was a year ago. Yeah, I remember. It was.
You got the
bloody.
pin, but I get me famous. I'm like, because she bled. That's what made it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this is why Rosa didn't win at the pay-per-view, I guess, so she can get a rematch in her hometown, even though she's billed from Tijuana.
And where is this at? San Antonio. Yeah, because, they all go there, Faust.
So she's from the graveyards of Tijuana.
The graveyards. Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. And did I call this, Faust?
Title versus streak.
And I called this. I'm going to be like Billy. I told you so.
You did.
And I'm telling you,
Pull up your phone.
I'm telling you now that Wardlow wins this title. However, I might now think something different. Just because MJF fucks him. Because how are you going to have him have that title? But
It's MJF eventually.
Yep. So there.
Challenges Wardlow for the title.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but I'm like, he's going for the world fucking title. He ain't going to fucking win the damn TNT title. Why would you bother? He's got to go to the fucking main event eventually here.
So the last time Scorpio Sky lost was the Dynamite after the Face of the Revolution last year,
and
when
wrestled
he won the
4 times since.
Darby Allin's the last person to beat him.
Okay.
Because when Darby was the TNT champ.
Sammy with an 825 through the table. I don't know how many flips this working. This was wild. He spun like a fucking, and I told the fucking Duchess I'm sitting next to her, and she jumped because I'm watching it on a side TV while she's watching a big TV. And I went, oh, and she fucking jumped. And I go, did you see that? She goes, no, you just scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, look at this. And I turned it back. She goes, yep, pretty good. Pretty good. I was like, good Lord. Now, he's dead and Tay Conte comes out, which makes me giggle.
I am Conte.
I am Dante.
They
So
try
I'm
to make
like,
it real.
oh,
His
yeah, they
girlfriend-
make it real. The
his
girlfriend comes
of,
out.
2 months is out.
Yes, exactly. She's crying and this and that. And she goes, fuck, I hope your back's okay enough to fuck me later on.
I know.
Pound this
all through the
fat
picture
ass.
in picture. They're like, this was the picture in picture the whole time. The doctor and Tay carrying him up, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm good.
I was
Just
so
rolls in the
pissed
ring.
off at this fucking picture in picture. So I'm pissed from the picture in picture, like I'm pissed. Because I go, all the drama happens during picture in picture. He's being carried away. He has to get back in. And shit's happening to him and I'm like, what the fuck? They made it like the match was going to be over and I'm like, and this is in commercial break, you fucks.
I was waiting for when they were coming up the ramp that they were going to go back to being, full screen.
Yeah.
And then they were going to whisper to him, all right, we're back live. And then he was going to
Now
say,
go.
all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
But he went
And I
back in the ring before the picture in picture.
Yeah,
ended.
so do the picture in picture while they're outside doing the counseling of him. Not the I'm going back in and then have shit happening too. It's not like he got back in and it came on.
Good thing there's no countouts.
No shit, right? Yeah, there was only a 50 count on this one.
Well,
Ethan,
Scorpio would have broken up because he's like, I can't win the title that way.
yeah, you notice though he was counting along like good, and I'm like, what are you counting for them to stop this? Ethan Page shows up and Tay pulls him off the apron, and then Paige Van Zant jumps over the fucking ring.
PVZ.
Thank you. And then slams her into the fucking steps. Now Sammy's distracted because, of course, a woman will always be the downfall of a man.
Always.
And he gets thrown around and he loses. So new champion, Scorpio Sky. And afterwards, they throw Tay in the ring on top of fucking...
that Jezebel.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what is that Jezebel? What are you talking about? I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, Paige is so busy with these OnlyFans of hers. She's now spanking the ass of Tay because she has to do something like grabbing her ass because she got a big fat ass. So she fucking smacks her ass and signs her contract on her ass and drops the thing and leave it. And that's it. So we're going to have a Paige, which should be hopefully training to do something. But I'm like, So we got a Page versus Tay-Conte as a fucking first match.
Yeah.
You better get fucking training, kid. And
I giggle because Excalibur goes, Sammy, this is his 10th match in 9 weeks. He might be fatigued. every wrestler from every previous generation is like,
fuck
one match a week, huh?
Yeah, I got 3 days off in a calendar year. Great.
Flair's like, I do 10 matches in a week. What are you talking about?
And also, this Guevara still has taped ribs.
Still. He's the new DDP.
DDP had him on for months, dude. He's the modern day Orton with a cast. And Owen and Orton.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There you
forever.
go.
Jesus. All right. Well, that is it for your show this week. I think the whole thing is going to be on for the Freebirds this week. Since we didn't give them a Raw, we'll give a full AEW breakdown. It's only one show, so that's what they get, a little taste for your pleasure. So if you like what you heard, and you know the Lingus Mafia, you can find them. I might have to do an intro, Faust, and just say I'm Danhausen and you're listening to the Lingus Mafia podcast. I might have to just lie and do that. Mm-hmm. You know that. And then just transform into the genius when I do it. If you want to find all our nonsense, like we said, at Lingus Mafia for everything, and patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. And you want to get up to that Godfather Plus tier if you like video, because you can see me. The headphones fell off my fucking head when I was laughing so fucking hard. I fell backwards. They fell off me, for God's sake.
Yeah, you're not just getting video of this show. You're getting video of our
It's
main
everything
show.
we have.
You're getting
everything. So it's not only the wrestling shows, it's everything we offer on Patreon from that tier. You get everything. Nothing's excluded. And the bachelor party and wedding will be on that tier, Faust. Everything will be there, all those bonus shows. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you for the next wrestling show we have, which will be, I guess,
next
Tuesday.
Yes,
and that's when you will get your Raw, SmackDown, and blah, 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 blue, and no NXT until Faust does that on his own and lifts his and carries his own weight.
Let me tell you about Dolph Ziggler winning the NXT
Yeah,
title.
please do, Faust. I laughed that he posted a picture on Instagram with him and Mandy in the car, and it said, "We are NXT." I said, "He's still trying to fuck." He goes, "What are you seeing that Sabatini fucking guy? Fuck this. I'm fucking."
You've seen that video.
Just that he's a millionaire from NFL. That's all. So he's not as successful in fake wrestling. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Great, but he's a millionaire. I'll take
Just
that.
because he was better in football than I am at stand-up comedy. What does he have that I don't know?
Stand-up comedy. That's what's funny about it. He should just go, "Can you believe I'm doing stand-up comedy?" Everyone laughing. Crazy. Fuck. All right, I'm Cav. He's Faust. We will see you next time.
I am Dante.